My name is A Nayaka. They call me Nayaka. And I'm from Indonesia.
Hey, I'm about to make you rappers cry. Apostrophe the word rappers, y'all just trying to hate.
I moved to the States when I was pretty young, actually. It was 2001 and I was like 6 years old. So that in itself got me into the culture a little bit faster. It got me into a lot of trouble too. I was singing DMX's "Y'all Gon' Make Me Lose My Mind" up in here, down the hallway when I was in 4th grade.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Imagine I was the only Asian kid in class, and I got into a lot of trouble for singing that out loud, but you know, it is what it is. And I watched a lot of MTV Cribs too. Saw like rappers' houses and cars and stuff. One of those. But yeah, so that's how the culture started for me.
I'm finna light up the cash. Wake up, I'm robbing the bank. I mix the dough with a tech. In the station smoking gas.
When I was 8 years old, my mom bought me the first Lil Bow Wow CD, and I grew with that album for about a year. And the year after was when I bought the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying.
It's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday.
I was stuck in a car for 14 hours in a road trip from Seattle to San Francisco, yeah. And that was about a 14-hour drive. But you know, back then they don't have no iPods, they don't have anything of that nature. I only had one Walkman, so I only had one CD. So for about 14, 15 hours, I was stuck to that one album. And by the end, I started digging to rappers that were featured on that album, which one of them was Eminem. And after Eminem, because I lived in Houston, Texas, which is the southern part of the States, I dug a lot more into the southern rappers. So there's 3 6 Mafia, there's a Chameleonaire, there was Paul Wall, there was all these crazy southern rappers from Texas, from Atlanta, Outkast. And probably one of my favorite albums of all time was Outkast's Speaker Box, Love Sound double album. That was insane.
I remember everything you ever told me. Even if I...
About 3 years ago, I dropped my first mixtape, which is Curriculum Vitae.
Yeah, whoever thought that I would make it up this far? Shit's so sick, I'm just raising up the bars.
And you know, I just dropped the mixtape just to drop music. But at the end, people loved it. They were giving me praises for it, and they were like, yo, you should keep on doing this. And by the end of that same year, it was added onto Rolling Stone Indonesia's top 20 albums of all time. Remember, this was a mixtape. It was supposed to be a mixtape, but it went into a list of top 20 albums of all time. And from then on, the hunger for making more music and getting more accolades just grew. 2 years after that, I dropped my first studio album, which is called Cadence Blue.
It's been a couple days that you've been in minds right now. It's been a couple hours, I'll be canceling the gang.
Cadence Blue was probably the epitome of my sound up until last year. And that became the first hip-hop album ever to be nominated for Album at the Year Indonesian Music Awards last year. And with that happening, it became my drive to actually succeed more and to actually make more music and to let me know that I am here on the right path of doing music. I get a lot of criticisms for not rapping in Bahasa, but it's okay, I mean, because the industry, the music, the scene is all moving forward. And I think being able to use a foreign language, especially English, is a good thing, not only for me individually, but for Indonesia to be looked on as one of the major players in hip-hop in Asia. Personally, I've never really written a song in Bahasa, and I tried, but I can't. But it doesn't make me less of an Indonesian just because I write songs in English. I still rep the flag everywhere I go, every country I go out to perform in. I still represent the scene, the flag, the country. And if there's one thing that I learned, very important lesson, is that you can't really please everybody. And that's the lesson from my mom, so listen to your mom, kids.
Oh, I think you might be.